You belong on every ground your feet grace, so don't ever feel out of place. Take up space and belong. This earth is your birthplace. Okay, so since I did the best worst anime, I thought I would do best worst anime characters. And this is anime characters not necessarily that I like, but anime characters that I see getting hate, but either I feel sorry for them, either I have an explanation for why they are the way that they are, or I do like them. So I'm gonna start with Takamichi. Now, I understand why y'all don't like Takamichi. I don't like him either. I don't care for him either. Like, I don't understand why he is in a gang or whatever. But at the same time, Mikey is the one who met Takamichi and thought that he was interested and wanted him to be in his gang. Like, he had nothing to show for being in the gang with these tough little kids who be trying to beat each other to death and stuff. So, well, a part of me also feels like Mikey made Takamichi a part of the gang because you remember on Tokyo Revengers where it said that he kind of wanted to stop the gang wars. He wanted to stop fighting. He wanted to combine, come together or whatever, and stop doing the gangs like how they were being done. And it were things that happened that changed his mind about it, and he ended up um kind of like changing his mind about what he wanted initially. So I kind of feel like maybe he wanted Takamichi to be a part of the gang because because Takamichi was like a symbol or a reminder of what he was trying to do, because even though he was a crybaby or whatever, he was still an interesting person to Mikey, and I kind of feel like he kind of served as a reminder to him that this is what you want. You want to bring peace so people like you can be friends with people like Takamichi. And I feel like because of that reason, and this is just my theory, and I feel like because of that reason, that's why he kept him around. Which is why I'm going to argue that Takamichi doesn't really deserve as much hate. He was supposed to go back in time and rewrite history to change the future, to keep all of the tragedies from happening in the future, and he never did. And the way that that anime ended pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like it was also written poorly. But that's basically my argument for why y'all should give him a break. Give him a break. I get it. Light Yagami. I honestly didn't know that y'all hated Light Yagami until I went on Reddit and saw a lot of people saying that they hated him. But I don't like or dislike Light Yagami. I kind of, when it comes to Death Note, I kind of have like a neutral feeling about him because I understand why Light became what he became. It started off as him feeling like, well, this is my opportunity to do some good and get rid of some bad people out of the world. And then it ended up going to his head and he got power hungry. So in that aspect, I understand why y'all disliked him. I also feel like him beating L was plot armor. I felt like L was way smarter than him or whatever. However, I do want to say this. I feel like most people, if they were in Light's position, they would still become him. Even though y'all hate him, if y'all had his power, y'all would still become him. It's kind of hard, difficult, maybe even impossible to have that kind of power and not to become power hungry. So that's my argument for him. I just kind of feel like most people in his position would be like him and they would think that they were smarter than everybody too. Number 3 is Deku from My Hero Academia. Now, I love me some Deku. Okay, My Hero is not necessarily my favorite anime. It has a lot of flaws that kind of deter me from watching it. But I like Deku. I know that Deku is very sensitive. He's emotional. He's one of those characters that cares a lot about his friends and the people around him, so he cries a lot and stuff like that. But when it's time to get down to business, my boy be getting down to business. My boy be clearing people every chance that he gets, and I feel like for that reason y'all should stop hating. Like, I get it. Y'all don't like boys that cry on anime. Y'all like tough boys or dumb boys or strong boys. But I like the sensitive boys because they're kind-hearted and like they're nice and they must be protected. So for that reason, leave Deku alone. Now this next character, I don't see people necessarily saying that they hate him, but I always see y'all comparing him, Gon and Killua, and saying that Killua would have made a better character than a better main character than Gon. And I just want to say, no, he wouldn't have. Killua was cowardly. He was running away from fights. He didn't want to fight certain people because he was taught that if he felt like he couldn't win, that he shouldn't fight. If it wasn't for Gon, he wouldn't have done nothing with his life. He had no goals. He had no, like, dreams, no aspirations, nothing that he wanted to do. All he did was follow Gon around, like, and ran away from his responsibilities to his family. Now, I'm not mad at the fact that he didn't want to be an assassin, but at the same time, y'all saying that he would have been a better main character because y'all like him, and I think that it's just the white hair effect. White haired characters, y'all love to put them on a pedestal. And I love white haired characters too, except Sesshomaru. I don't like him at all. I don't get why y'all like him, but we'll get into that on my next video. I feel like Gon was the main character. Killua was not outshining him. The character design was maybe a little better. His white hair made y'all feel like that, but I don't see it. Gon was the best main character because of his personality, because of his character, because he wanted to become a hunter so he can meet his dad, and he met a friend in Killua and he brought him along. Killua had nothing. He didn't have even a storyline for real, except that his family was assassins and he didn't want to do it. Like, other than the cool character design and the family that he came from, I don't understand what y'all are seeing that make y'all feel like he's better than Gon. He's not. Gon was a leader. Even though he may not have been as smart as Killua or whatever, he was the leader and he needed to be the leader. Yeah, they worked well together, but at the same time, Killua wouldn't have been doing nothing if he didn't meet Gon. And that's just how I feel about it. Inuyasha also gets a lot of hate, and y'all like to say stuff like, the reason why y'all don't like him is because of the Kikyo thing. And here's what I'm not understanding. Y'all saw Inuyasha and Kikyo fall in love with each other. Y'all also saw not them turn on each other, but y'all also saw Moroku pretending to be or is it Naraku? Naraku, which one is Moroku? Is the Inuyasha friend, right? And Naraku is the villain. But y'all saw him pretending to be them and freezing Inuyasha to the tree for 50 years, killing Kikyo. Y'all saw this happen. Y'all saw Inuyasha staying in that same spot for 50 years and then being woken up by Kagome. He is woken up by a girl that looks like the woman that he was in love with. And y'all wanted him to love Kagome. Oh, he treated her wrong. He was toxic. No, he wasn't. He never got over what happened to him. He was expected to just come back and to fall in line with what was happening at the moment, when he never got over the fact that he was in love with Kikyo and they were supposed to go away together. Like, I feel like there was a lot of things that he wasn't able to deal with because they were in the middle of a war with Naraku, I think. They were in the middle of a war with him, and He never got the closure that he needed from the situation with Kikyo. Also, they kept bringing her back to life. That wasn't his fault. He wasn't asking for that. And knowing that somebody that you once loved is still alive, and you got unfinished business with them, you never got the closure that you needed for that situation. I could only imagine how hard that was. And then having a girl that looks exactly like her and being expected to be in love with her and then express itself for what? Most anime boys don't know how to express themselves. So Shomaru that y'all like over Inuyasha don't know how to express himself. He's just as toxic, if not more. He's not a better character. He was not a better match for Kagome. Inuyasha does not deserve the hate that he gets from y'all because, oh, he did Kagome wrong. He was toxic. He should have loved her. She never told him how she felt. She never once came out of her mouth and said, Inuyasha, I love you. Inuyasha, I like you. I want us to be together. I want us to have a life together. She never said that. Was he supposed to guess that that's how she felt? Men in real life don't do that. You think fictional men gonna do it? No. So, enough with the Inuyasha hate. It's crazy to me too because he has white hair as well. Or are y'all racist like his brother and y'all don't like him because he's only half demon? The last person I'm going to name is Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. And I kind of feel like it's the same with Deku. Y'all don't like him because he's like sensitive. He cries. He has empathy for the demons, even though he has to kill them and he has to protect the humans or whatever. He still has, he empathizes with them because some of them didn't choose to become what they were. And he understands that, just like he didn't really want to be a demon slayer, but he kind of was forced into it because he wanted to find a cure for his sister, which that storyline, that plot fell through. They just forgot about curing Nezuko. They just focused on the demons. We know more about the demons than we know about the demon slayers, and they just forgot about curing her. But all of a sudden she can do all of these amazing things and there's no explanation for them. And I also feel like the reason why y'all don't like Tanjiro is because Demon Slayer is written poorly. Like, it's written poorly. It started off strong with that first season, but it's written poorly. The only thing that draws people in is that art and those fight scenes. And I get it. I love them too. They get me hyped too. But I'm also going to admit that there's no storyline anymore. Like I said, it started off with one, but there isn't one anymore. Like, they're just training and fighting. That's it. Training and fighting. That's it. Training and fighting. That's all they do. But I feel like Tanjiro gets a lot of hate. And I also do think that Tanjiro do get like power ups and stuff. And he's able to do certain things that are not explained. So sometimes it don't make sense. He just seems overpowered for no reason. But I feel like that's the case for everybody in that show. So it's not just him. It's all y'all other favorite characters too. The ones that y'all love to love. And y'all dislike him, but they also have unexplained powers just like he does. And a lot of the story don't make sense. Why is Tanjiro having visions of the demon slayer that he got the earrings from? Why is he seeing that man? Why is he having visions of his family in times where he's fighting, and it seems to power him up? Like, what's the connection? They're not showing a connection there. It's just a bunch of flashback scenes for no reason. We're not learning anything. What is the connection? Why does he keep seeing his family? They're dead. You can't say he fighting for them. They dead. Fighting for what? And the person he should fight for, they keep in that little box, that little backpack box. She only come out when he need help, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But whatever. I still watch the show, obviously, because I don't know. I feel like I still have hope that maybe they'll pick that storyline back up and it'll start making sense to me. but also because it's pretty, just like the rest of y'all. But at the same time, I can admit when there's a flaw in the anime, even if I do really like it. But that's the end of my list. I only did 6 because I can go on probably for days with best, worst, and worst, best. Like, I can go on for days probably. But thank y'all for watching this video. Let me know what y'all think about my list. Do y'all agree with me? Y'all disagree? Who else do y'all feel like belongs on this list, and why do you think they do? Make sure you like, comment, stitch this video, or you can share it and duet, whatever y'all want to do to give me y'all answers. Before you go, check out my website at srgraham.org and subscribe to my mailing list to get exclusive updates on works in progress, other news, and blog posts. Thank you.